Welcome to the video lecture series of mechanical working drawing. This is our lecture 2. In the lecture 1 we have discussed the review of orthographic and isometric which we learnt in our first year. So in this video lecture we are going to see the first chapter of mechanical working drawing, and the name of the chapter is development of surfaces. At some point of time you must have seen these type of pipes or ducts somewhere in industry or in big hotels. You might have also seen these type of hoppers, or even you might have created the jobs in your workshop by using what we call as the sheet metal. We take the sheet metal, we cut it in the desired shape, then fold it to get the required shape. So for this sheet metal working, we need to cut the sheet in the exact size and shape. We are going to learn the concept of cutting these shapes in this chapter of development of surfaces. To start with, let us consider the development of a cylinder. So what is development basically? Basically it is like wrapping a sheet to form the to get the given shape. For example, suppose this is a cylinder and we want to wrap around one piece of paper. Then you will have to start with some point. For example, from here you start, then you will wrap it around and come back here. And now if you open that paper or that metal sheet, then it will have this type of rectangular shape. The height of this rectangle will be equal to height of the cylinder, and this length of this rectangle, or we call this as development, will be equal to the circumference of this circle, that is pi multiplied by d. In short, if you take a piece of paper of this length pi into d and height equal to the height of the cylinder, and if you wind it around this cylinder, it will be completely wound. If you are taking the length slightly more than that, then some part may overlap, and if you take the length less than pi d, then it will not suffice. So this is the concept of development of a cylinder. Similar to the development of cylinder, the development of prism can also be done. So here I have taken the example of a square prism whose base side is 30 and height is 50. And if you want to wrap around a piece of paper or sheet, then you will have to take this sheet of this shape whose height or width will be equal to the height of the cylinder of this prism, and this length should be equal to 4 times the base of this prism, because 4 sides are there, so it will be 120. So instead of this thing, if it had been a pentagonal prism, then the length required would have been 150, that is 5 times the side. So here if you take one sheet or paper and fold it according to these lines, if you fold it and if you try to wind it around, it will completely be wound around this square prism. So it will cover the lateral surface of this square prism. Okay, so this is the development of prism. Development of cylinder and development of prism are somewhat similar to each other because both are rectangles. Only the length of this is equal to the circumference in case of cylinder, and in case of prism it is equal to base multiplied by number of sides. So after the development of cylinder and prism, now let us discuss something about development of a pyramid. So here you can see one pyramid. This pyramid is a square pyramid. If this is a pyramid, it will have the lateral surfaces as triangles. Okay, so here these four faces are there. Two are seen from this side and two are from behind. Now if you want to develop the lateral surface of this thing, then you will have to take a paper or sheet of this shape. This will be consisting of four triangles because four sides are there, and the this length will be equal to base side of each triangle, and this length from here to here or here to here, this length will be equal to the slant height. Remember, it is not a straight height. Okay, straight height is from apex to the bottom per vertical height, whereas this is the slant height. Slant height will be more than the straight height. Now how to draw this thing we are going to see later, but at this point just try to understand that if you take one piece of paper or sheet and mark the triangles on this thing, no need of giving colors, and if you fold it along these lines and if you try to wind it around, then it will be completely wound it. Okay, it will cover it. The lateral surfaces are triangles. So these triangles could have been drawn one by one aside each other, but if you do so, then it will be difficult to join them. So we are taking this entire sheet and marking this thing and folding it, so that only at this point only you have to join the edges. So this edge and this edge will come here. So in detail we are going to see something about this in the next lectures. At this point just we want to see the overview of the chapter. Then one more kind of solid is there, and that is called as the cone. So the cone and the somewhat alike. Only thing is that in case of pyramid, these are the straight lines, and in case of cone, it is not a straight line, it is curved surface. So here this will be the development of the cone. How to draw this development of the cone, that we shall see later. But if you take one paper, cut it like this, then fold it so that this edge and this edge, these two are joined together, then it will form one cone, hollow cone it will form. So what will be the this angle? This angle is given by 360 multiplied by r divided by s, where r is the base radius of the base, and s is the slant height. Remember, it is not straight height. Straight height is less than the slant height. So here this is the slant height. Of this slant height, if you draw the arc and take this angle equal to 360 multiplied by r by s, then you are going to get this development. So for the sake of simplicity, I have divided this into 8 parts and this also into 8 parts. So here these 1, 2, 3, 4 sides are seen, or parts are seen from this side, and 4 remaining are from rear side or behind this cone. So this is the development of a cone. So in short, what we have seen? We have seen the development of cylinder, development of prism, development of pyramid, and development of cone. We have discussed the development and its applications also, where it is used. Then we have seen just the concept of development. Okay, the entire development doesn't end here, rather it starts from this point. The development of cylinder, prism, pyramid and cone, the concepts we have seen. This was just the overview of the chapter. In the next lectures, we shall discuss how to actually draw the development on drawing sheet. Later, we shall discuss some complex problems. So that's all for now. See you in the next lectures. Thank you.